Human is to err. Yeah? Humans make mistakes. Human beings, people make mistakes all the time. Yeah? Indeed, it is said, it is not how many mistakes you make, but it is how you recover from them. Yeah? And how you ensure that you don't repeat the same mistake again. However, when you're in a position of responsibility, your mistakes are magnified many, many times over. So that a small mistake can change the destiny of a nation. And that is why anybody who, for instance, is president of Kenya has to very carefully consider each and every decision. By the way, that does not mean not making a decision. That does not mean indecisiveness, because that is even worse. A poor decision or a bad decision is much better than no decision at all, especially when it comes to the level of the presidency. If I were to rate Kenyan presidents, top on my list as the best decision maker would be founding father Mzee Jomo Kenyatta, closely followed by Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi. Now I need to emphasize here, I'm not talking about governance, good governance, I'm talking about decision making as the leader of a country. I'm talking management. Politics aside, management, good management and decision making defines a presidency much more than the politics. Now here are 7 deadly mistakes of the Uhuru presidency. Okay? You know, I'm a student of life, and we should all be students of life. Very good idea, and I'm also a student of history, So the whole idea here is not to throw barbs at the Jubilee government. The whole idea here is to try and learn something. Now these 7 are not in any order, they're not in any chronological order, they're not in any order of importance or impact. They're just these 7, okay? Number 1, snubbing the presidential debate. Now this one had far more reaching consequences than many people imagine. It defined Uhuru Kenyatta as a presidential candidate, It defined his presidency, and even worse, it gave his critics plenty of ammunition to paint him exactly the way they wanted. Perhaps I can illustrate this best with a conversation I overheard somewhere. Somebody said, "This is the president who rigged the poll." Then another voice asked, "Is that the president who avoided the presidential debate?" Now that question is pregnant with a lot of meaning. This was the blunder of avoiding the presidential debate. After all, that candidate doesn't need the debate, doesn't need those extra votes, because the election is already fixed. This is what his critics were bound to say. And indeed, when the historians do their final brief, I doubt whether it will be very far from that. Now, the comment of the statement given by well-known Jubilee hardliner David Murathe to the press on that day of the said on that day, said day of the presidential debate is very telling. Murathe was asked, "Is the president coming?" He responded that he was not sure. I don't know. But he said in his personal opinion, the president had no business, as president of Kenya, coming for the debate. Clearly, this told Kenyans something that they should take in. It told Kenyans that actually there were 2 schools of thought, there were 2 different camps advising the president. One camp, of which Murathe of course was a member of, wanted the president to stay as far away as possible from that presidential debate. Another camp, wanted him to attend the presidential debate. So obviously Murathe's camp won. But when he was asked the question by the press, he did not want to embarrass himself by saying the president was not coming, and then the president suddenly shows up. Which means even at that point, when up to the last minute of the debate, this should be very clear, up to the last minute of the debate, the president was not sure whether he was coming or not. Indeed, one can also say the president's failure to attend the presidential debate contributed to the heightened tensions in the country, which are still there today as I make this recording. Now, one may attempt to argue that it was a good decision as far as the president being a Jubilee presidential candidate was, and maybe a bad decision as far as being president of Kenya. Not true. Not true at all. Because I know for a fact that there are also quite a number of Jubilee supporters who are very, very disappointed. Yeah? Indeed, if I can just add to that, there are also a number of voters who are still undecided. Yeah? There are a number of voters who are not involved in the deep politics of Jubilee and NASA at the time. Okay? And they more or less stood on the fence. Yeah? But the president missing this debate was the defining moment for them. Yeah, it got them completely away from the Jubilee camp. Okay, major blunder. Yeah, of the Uhuru presidency. Now we'll move on to the next 6. Okay, so make sure you catch the next episode. Yeah, click on the link on your top left-hand corner, and it should be there. This is Kshs Kumekucha.